Welcome to the first edition of Cooking with Miss Larson. Now, you might not be sure if you want to cook with me. I mean, what are my credentials? Well, let me tell you a few stories. In high school, I almost burned down the house making some donuts. In college, I served some people chicken made with sweetened condensed milk instead of evaporated milk. And recently, I may have substituted cups for teaspoons with salt in a lemon bars recipe. I don't even know. Maybe we might be better off just making some art with our food today. So I'm going to show you what you need. These are some things that you could use. A paring knife, cutting board. I have oats, lentils, some beans, popcorn, and raisins. Those are some options for eyes. Instead of a knife, you could use something sticky like some nut butter. And then you need a body of some sort. Something that looks a little interesting. I picked this guy because he has this interesting piece here. Sweet potatoes are very expressive for food. Don't want to be wasting food at this time, so make sure you go ahead and wash your hands really well so that anything you use for your art and photograph later could be used for dinner. The first thing you want to do, gather a few things or go to the pantry, look at things from a different angle, and just use your imagination and see what could that be. Could that be a face? Could that be some arms, legs, a body, torso? You know, how could you configure it? This little nub could possibly make a cute little nose of some sort. Maybe an ear. This almost even looks like an eye hole. He's kind of reminding me of a funny looking little seal. This guy's also very cute with his little upturned nose. The other thing to think about is, are you minimalist or maximalist in your artwork? Are you gonna do like Juiced Elfers? You might be an artist more like him, where he goes very minimalist on what he does. He cuts a few strategic things for ears, add some eyes, maybe cut in a mouth, and you know, that could be a fun one to recreate with my little lemon. Or are you more of a maximalist? Would you be more like Giuseppe Arcimboldo? I'm not 100% sure I said his name right. If you look at it upside down, it's just a bowl of veggies. We turn that right side up and he's a little man with a hat. There's a lot of different ways to get creative with food. You know, if you wanted to use something like oatmeal instead of eyes, let's say you wanted to turn this little sweet potato into a sheep. Well, you could cover his little body with some sunflower butter, peanut butter, and oatmeal. You know, that could be cute. You are going to need, in addition to these supplies, you are going to need a sense of humor, resourcefulness, some effort, patience, problem solving, definitely. Let's go over a bit of knife safety. Use a cutting board. You want to keep your knife cutting away from you. If you are peeling anything, cutting down, making sure that you're not close to your fingers. Just use your common sense, go slowly, and if something is not, like say for example, if you have something like an acorn squash that's very hard, don't push so hard that your knife is going to slip off and cut your finger. Just make slower cuts in what you're doing, or use the point or switch your knife. So when you're done with your creations, you can't just take a picture from here. If I did that, I'm going to get all this stuff in the background and it's really not emphasizing the creation. So we wanted to really spotlight that and make a little photo shoot backdrop for our little food man. You can use in your kitchen where your countertop meets the backsplash, you can clear anything away, like if there's a toaster or something on the counter, clear that aside and just focus on That would be a good backdrop. You could also make your own backdrop if you have any construction paper. You can lean it against a wall here on a curve, or even without construction paper, just plain copy paper could work leaning against the walls. First will be my little pig lady, and I think she's gonna fit just fine on there. You just want to get up really close to where there's nothing outside of the background so that your little creation really is the emphasis. You could try some different angles. This is going to be my seal and beach ball combo, which I carved a little slice off the bottom so that my lemon wouldn't roll. And then I carved a little seat on the top. This is a little engineering feat so that my little seal can balance on here. I did it once. So I'm gonna get really close and take a picture of my seal on his beach ball. I'm so proud of this. The little black piece of paper was not big enough for this guy. So I went ahead and moved into the kitchen where I could use the countertop and the backsplash as my background. So now it's your turn. Get creative. I hope you have fun with this. You can make a series of little guys and just put them in the fridge afterwards, and you can make them for dinner.